Congratulations.
Thank you. I'm so excited. Thanks for
It-
having me.
oh my God, totally. It's always so funny recording these because this isn't the live phone call where I actually tell you. This is the a week later.
Yes.
But still very exciting. So you are our round 11 10K grant winner. Ah, let's tell everyone who you are and what you do.
So I'm Allison and I own a small business. It's called Bartender's Daughter. We launched a little over a year ago and we make small batch real ingredient cocktail syrups currently. We're going to expand into cocktail mixers, kind of just like non-alcoholic margaritas and mojitos. But right now we have six flavors. And people really enjoy using them, to add to a gin and tonic, to a non-alcoholic mocktail. And I was inspired by, I'm originally from the US, I'm from Miami, Florida, and my dad's been a bartender on this island I grew up on over 45 years. And I just always wanted to, like, kind of expand on his legacy and make really great flavors that people don't have to get at the hotel that he works at. So I brought that over to Australia with my husband. And yeah, it's been like we came up with the recipes. We worked with a food scientist and went to markets. And now we're in bottle shops and restaurants and bars, and we're ready to start growing. It's been a big year of like just learning how to run a business. Yeah.
Oh my God, that's incredible. And they're like really unique flavors as well, aren't they?
Yeah, so the original one that I came up with was cream of coconut because I'm from Miami, it's like a tropical island. So my dad's known, they call him like Mr. Pina Colada. So cream of coconut helps you make pina
What's it
coladas.
like being the daughter of Mr. Pina
It's
Colada?
it's funny. It's just like a funny life. And like in elementary school, it would be like career day, and my dad would come and split the class in half and have like, mocktail pina colada races where everybody had a job. And it was like you would like compete, and then you have to have these pina coladas at the end. So it was like a unique lifestyle plus living on an island. It's just so funny. But I loved it so much. And people used to call me like, you're that bartender's daughter, right? You're Gino's daughter. So
Oh, I
I always
love
thought that was
that.
like a cute name. But yeah, we also made flavors, for the Australian market. I know people here really like to drink gin or lighter drinks, especially in the summer. So we made strawberry basil and lemon lavender, and hibiscus rose goes really well in a margarita, which I know people love
We do
across
love our
Australia.
margaritas. Yes.
And I've been here since 2019, and I've lived in Sydney in the northern beaches. So it's like I've been drinking with people, having fun, going to the restaurants and bars. And then I'm like, okay, we're coming up with our own flavors that people can easily make drinks at home and not get overwhelmed.
I love this. This is incredible. So, what made you apply for the Spark grants then?
Well, I'd been watching the Spark group for over a year, and then I joined, and I was first of all I was just inspired by you and the group. I like that it's a community, but it's also actually like a hub focused on CEOs and gives actual tools, and I was using those tools. And then I got to the point where I felt confident enough in where we were headed and where we want to grow that it was the right time to apply. So we're really just focused on like we've hit a point where now we're in getting into like our next round of like 10 to 15 bars and restaurants, plus a lot more people are ordering on our website. It would be great to be able to order way more ingredients,
Mm.
have better equipment in our commercial kitchen. So the first part, kind of like the first 5K of it, I was like, it's growth. It's kind of that stuff you don't want to think about, but it's definitely worth it. And then we're going to have some fun with it too, where we're going to launch our first mixer. We're going to create little packs so everybody can try the flavors and also use those for
Ah,
samples,
that's
and then
cool.
get some better photography. So it's kind of like first growth and margins and efficiency, and then where are we actually headed? Where we've heard from our customers like flavors that they're interested in and how they would want to like interact with Bartender's Daughter. So we get a mix of both, which I'm really excited about.
Yeah, that's so cool. And I mean, you've got to have fun, you've
Yeah.
got to do the exciting stuff as well.
Yeah.
That's where the innovation happens.
Yeah.
Oh, how fun. I love that. And what was the process of applying like for you? Easy, hard?
Yeah, it was really easy. I think it's more about like getting out of your head. So it's like, oh,
Yeah.
do I deserve this, or would I be able to put the right information down? But the way that the application is structured, it's so simple. And I think even just like the vibes around it, where it's like you kind of just have to prove that what you're going to do with it and believe in that. So I think
Mm,
filling out the application, one, I would just recommend to people to do it, even if they're not sure if it would be the right time when they got the grant, because it got us really focused in one spot, things that we knew, but we had to actually say them to, I was saying it to my husband, who's my partner. I'm like, this is what I'm writing. This is what I believe we're going to do. And we're like, okay, that's a part of our strategy. And
mm.
then I think that like I'm nervous in front of the camera, so like making a little video is like, but I had fun with it. I had this bar in our sunroom and I stood behind the bar and like put my growth hat on and had some fun with it. So I think like it's super easy and it was a great exercise. I didn't expect to get it the first time applying, but it was a great exercise and now it's really worked out for me. Yeah.
I love that so much. And it is funny, like the intention behind the grants, because I've been in business for 15 years, I've applied for every grant under the sun, and they were always so like soul destroying. The
Yes.
whole idea was to make it easy, but it's so funny. I didn't expect the hardest part for people just to get out of their own way. Like,
Yeah, it
oh,
is,
I thought, yeah.
yeah. But it's worth it. It really is because I think and I've joined some of the sessions, like even like the calls, like where we're drinking wine and the ones where we're actually getting advice about the businesses. Like I think sometimes when you're in the middle of it, you don't give yourself credit. Like it's like I remember launching it thinking, I can't even imagine that we're going to have like physical drinks that get sold to people. And then when we got into our first like three bottle shops, and I'm like, oh, we got to get into 10. You get so focused on the next things that you have to do that it's like you have to take those moments to celebrate. And then going through this was like kind of like not just celebrating, but like believing in yourself. Like, no, I
Mm.
actually am asking for this because I believe in the business. I know we can get there. So it was like a great activity at the right time as well. Yeah.
Oh, I love that. It is funny. I have heard a couple of people say once they hit submit, they were like, "Oh, well, I'm just going to apply for that award, and I'm going to send that proposal." I mean, it's kind of
Yes.
like it just builds momentum. You're like, I can do
Yeah.
anything, and all I did was submit an application form.
Yeah.
Oh, so good. I love it. And any last advice for any woman on the fence thinking about applying?
I mean, I think you have to apply. But I think my advice is like I went through like multiple edits and decisions on what I believed that we were going to allocate the money toward, and I actually did the math. I was like, okay, you want to think it's going to go toward this, but I actually sat down, and I think probably why it did go well for us as well is like I truly can allocate that money exactly toward these points. And I hope that whoever watched my video and reviewed my application was like, okay, that's very clear. And
Yeah.
so I could see where maybe I would have been a little bit more general, that I probably would have been harder to understand my business and why the money would help me. So I would say lean to being very specific. That worked out for me. And now it worked out for me now that I have the money. I don't have to be like, oh my God, what do I do with it? It's like I know exactly where it's going and I know the order I'm going to do it. So I think that's helpful for everybody involved. Yeah.
Oh my God, that is literally the best advice because you want that judge to be going, oh my God, yeah, if she gets that money, she's going to know what
That's
to
what
do.
they're doing.
Like you
Yeah.
want that the judge to have the certainty because there are,
Yeah.
quite a few good applications. So
And they
that
don't know us. They don't know
no.
anything else. They only know what we presented. So I kept thinking
Mm.
about it in that sense. Yeah.
Oh my God, incredible. You are amazing, Allison. Thank you so much for sharing your experience with the Spark community. And good luck. And I cannot wait to see how it all unfolds over the next 12 months.
Thank you so much. So excited.